And a good afternoon to you from Spartanburg Methodist today on YouTube. Dolphins basketball today. Dolphins basketball is brought to you by Port Solutions LLC. We thank them for their support. Hi, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you after a long delay. We'll talk more about that later. Let's meet the starting lineups first for your Brunswick Dolphins, coming in at 1-0 on the road here for the first time today. Head coach Walter Shaw in his 21st season, starting number 1, Reese McDonald, number 5, Jalen Johnson, number 11, Deontay Petrie, number 23, Josiah Shackelford, and number 30, Jarian Hancock, as Dolphins in their road gray winning the opening tip against Spartanburg Methodist today. 1-2, 1-1 here at home for the team in the upstate. And head coach Nori Johnson in his third season, starting today. Number 2, Mason Hall. Number 3, Avery Jones. Number 4, Chris Paez. Number 11, Ephraim Butler, and number 25 is R.J. Bell. Deontay Petrie, 33% from downtown on the season, connects on his first three-pointer. Out in transition after the make. Spartanburg Methodist looking to push, coming up empty, but getting the offensive rebound, so extra possession now for Spartanburg, and Butler travels with the basketball. So Dolphins will get it back. Dolphins coming off that 100-84 win against Lewisburg back on the 22nd of January. Dolphins outshot the Hurricanes 55% to 44%. Brunswick was 50% from behind the arc, 11 out of 22. They also forced 23 turnovers in that victory back on the 22nd and had 28 assists on 40 makes. Hancock comes up empty, and then on the rebound, Shackelford called for the offensive foul. So turnover will give the ball back to Spartanburg Methodist. Pioneers coming off an 87-81 loss to Cape Fear on Wednesday. Sea Devils outshot the Pioneers 57% to 42%. Avery Jones, 18 points, and Brennan Bynum, who we'll see off the bench today, 17 and 9. Good defense. Hancock coming up with the steal for Brunswick as they look to push. Petrie is bumped. First foul of the game on Spartanburg. So Brunswick with a COVID issue shutting down the program for a few weeks, and that really condenses further an already condensed schedule. We'll get into that a little bit as the afternoon goes on here. Shackelford on the block, guarded by Hall. Shackelford, they called him for traveling. Tough call there. Josiah took an extra step, they say, so turnover gives the ball back to Spartanburg. Trying to scratch. Third possession now for the Pioneers. Pioneers lead the all-time series against Brunswick 35-14. Dolphins have won the last 3. Runner no good by Jones. Rebound controlled by Brunswick. So Brunswick has won the last 3. Petrie, 2 for 2 from behind the arc. Deontay with all 6 of Brunswick's points. Dolphins leading this one 6-0. Brunswick won both meetings last year, 82-77 here in Spartanburg back on the 19th of January, and then 96-78 at Brunswick. That was on February 23rd. So the Dolphins program was in quarantine until the 10th, so they have had almost no practice time to get ready for this one here today. And it's a tough stretch, too. They're back-to-back road games this weekend. They go to St. Andrews to play their JV team tomorrow. Another steal. Good defense. Petrie, yes again. Deontay Petrie, 3 for 3 from behind the arc. It's a 9-0 start for the Dolphins. Let's check these out. First, let's check out some nice defense here for Brunswick. As you see this steal here, good anticipation. That would lead to one of Petrie's threes. Let's run back the most recent three-pointer for Deontay, who's 3 for 3 from downtown. Nice find, wide open look, same spot, same result. It's 9-0 in favor of Brunswick. Again, a reminder, today's game brought to you by Port Solutions. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you from my home studio in Florida, calling a Brunswick game in the upstate of South Carolina. Why not? Jarian Hancock went for the steal there out of the timeout. Spartanburg still looking to scratch here. McNeil turns on the Jets. Correction, that's Jones hanging and scoring in the air. Nice bucket there on the baseline. Avery Jones, 50% shooter. This is a good shooting team, especially from behind the arc. Dolphins going to have to guard the three-point line. Heat check, Petrie, not that time. Shackelford can't get the rebound. It's chased down by Paez in the corner. So here comes Spartanburg out of the timeout. Extra jump in their step as Jones pass deflected out of bounds. Last touched by Brunswick. I believe it was Shackelford. So Jones will inbound it. 3 minutes in. Almost 17:01 to be exact here in the opening half. Hall gets it over to Butler. Butler backs it out. Hall blocked on the shot. Coming up with it, Reese McDonald. Throws it ahead. Shackelford, Hancock, dunk, and foul. So Jarian had the block on the other end in transition. Now a chance for a three-point play. Great start for the Dolphins, who send Hancock to the line. Both teams with 2 team fouls. It was 16:48 to go in the half. Early sub for Norrie Johnson. Out is Butler. Coming in, Brennan Bynum. I mentioned he had a good game against Cape Fear, 17-9. Good player off the bench for the Pioneers. 12-2. How about this start for the Dolphins as they show some light man pressure? McDonald. No trouble by Bynum, though, to get it into the forecourt for Spartanburg. Bynum drives, had it poked away, got it back. Top of the key, that's Hall for 3 off the back iron. Skying, Hancock's got another rebound. McDonald on the right. Reese McDonald, 10 points in the victory. Yeah, that's going to be an offensive foul. Reese pushing off there. They'll call that almost every time. Ball will go back to Spartanburg. Pioneers looking for something on offense. Just a bucket by Avery Jones at the outset. I mentioned they're 7th right now in Division I in the NJCAA, shooting 45% from behind the arc. So got to guard the three-point line today if you're Brunswick. Open look this time doesn't go. Rebound controlled by Jalen Johnson. Johnson will push it into the forecourt, go behind the back, step back at the free throw line, off the back iron, rebound controlled. Flying in was Paez. Nice job by him to pull down that board. Nobody back on defense, and Paez found Jones for the easy 2. One of the few defensive let-ups right now for the Dolphins. They're out to an 8-point lead. Jalen Johnson into the front court, takes it right side. Johnson throws it up. Rebound controlled by the Pioneers. Paez, another board, bringing it up. Another nice pass in the reverse there by Harold Johnson, I believe that was for Spartanburg. So back-to-back buckets for the Pioneers. 12-6, Brunswick. Hancock will try his hand at a 3. In and out, rebound controlled by the Pioneers. Look out. Dolphins going for the steal. Here's Hall. Yes, on the baseline. 6-0 is the run right now for Spartanburg. And after a 10-point start for Brunswick, it's a 4-point lead now for the Dolphins. Jalen Johnson bounced past the Petrie. Petrie 3 out of 4 from behind the arc. Johnson for 3. Yes! Jalen Johnson was 50% from behind the arc against Lewisburg back on the 22nd of January. Connects on his first today. Paez, corner 3 of his own, no good. Shackelford the rebound. Reese, back 2. Josiah throws it up, too strong. Rebound by Hall. Here come the Pioneers. Jones throws it ahead. Corner 3 there is short. So Spartanburg, who had been hot from behind the arc on the early part of this season, cold here in this first half. Jalen Johnson, hand in his face, does not matter. So 6-0 run for Spartanburg, answered with a 6-0 run from Brunswick, and the lead is 10 again at 18-8. Into the forecourt, Jones. Paez, guarded by Jalen Johnson. Bynum attacking, throwing it up off the back iron. Hancock, after the tip, toes the line and threw it away. Bynum with the steal. Paez for three. Yes. Flurry of activity here in this one. 18-11. Dolphins by 7. Helter-skelter kind of game. That's a bad pass and a turnover, surveying against the zone. Dolphins turn it over. 3 is up. 3 is good by Jones. We have had 3 straight 6-0 runs. 2 by Spartanburg, 1 by the Dolphins, and it's a 4-point game again, inside 13 to go in the first half. Petrie splits the defense. Jalen Johnson steps right, goes to the left. Cut off on the baseline. Extra pass deflected back to him. Short on the shot. Good defense there by Spartanburg. Haul the rebound. Paez into the forecourt. Swings it right side. Out of control, and an offensive foul called on Bynum for Spartanburg. Timeout called. We'll have some subs for Walter Shaw when we come back. 12:28 left to go here in this opening half. Dolphins leading by 4. We'll be back. So COVID has changed things a little bit. Tomorrow, Dolphins at St. Andrews. That will be at 4 p.m. And then home against Francis Marion on the this Tuesday. Our next broadcast will not be until Friday. Dolphins taking on rival Cape Fear. Some of the scheduling reshuffling with the COVID issues forcing some shuffling of the broadcast schedule as well. We've got some subs, as I mentioned. Here's Haddon for 3. He connects. So Austin Haddon into the game. Skylar Davies is out there. Davier Deuce Dixon is out there for the first time. Brandon Johnson has come into the game, as well as Trey Cousin. So a new set of 5 right now for Brunswick. 11:50 left to go. Brunswick has led by as many as 10 in this one, 2 different times. It was 12-2. At one point, it was also 18-8. We've seen a lot of runs and a lot of forcing passes by the Dolphins. That's the one criticism today for the Dolphins, as the trap works, as Jones goes coast to coast for Spartanburg for 2. So 21-16 in favor of Brunswick. Both teams employing a press here. Trey Cousin into Davies. Davies extra pass. Johnson too strong. Follows his miss. Had it ripped away. Here comes Spartanburg. Throw ahead to Jones. Jones attacks. Jones scores. 3-point game. Back-to-back buckets for Spartanburg. 11:06 to go in the first half. Deuce Dixon into the forecourt. Cousin. Here's Haddon. Dixon fakes the three. Pull up mid-range. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Spartanburg. Paez spins, flies into the forecourt. Cut off. He'll throw it out. Three ball no good. Paez tip pass on the rebound to Jones. Extra passes is Bynum in the corner. Can't get it to go. Brandon Johnson the rebound. So Spartanburg's getting some open looks. They're just not falling right now, and that's helping Brunswick maintain their lead. Haddon spins, splits the defense, had it blocked out of bounds. 10:18 left to go. Both teams with 3 team fouls. Dolphins have 14 on the shot clock. Haddon will inbound it. Johnson ripped away immediately. What a defensive play there from Brennan Bynum. 2.7 steals per ball game. He's very active. Step back three, Jones, no good. Rebound by Cousin. Here comes Brunswick. Dolphins have led since the opening tip. Haddon, free throw line extended, no good. Dolphins' second unit a little bit cold, and the ball deflected last touch by Brunswick. So it'll go back to Spartanburg. Dayon Jenkins coming in, number 20 for Spartanburg. R.J. Bell returns as well. Bynum remains out there, as does Jones. Bird, I believe, is also out there. That's Jaden Bird, number 15 for Spartanburg. Haddon tied up. He was stripped the first time, and then a tie-up. Possession arrow favors Spartanburg. So just past the midway point here in the opening half. Dolphins have led by as many as 10 a couple different times here in the half, but Spartanburg closing the gap, and now a chance to tie with a 3 here. This is Boyd attacking. Travel there. Yeah, on Bell, shuffled his feet. Turnover gives the ball back to Brunswick. Brunswick is 2-5 against Spartanburg Methodist in Spartanburg since 2014, so they did win last year. They've won the last 3 against the Pioneers, but some trouble in recent history in this gym. Cousin attacking, blocked. What a defensive play. R.J. Bell making up for his turnover. Out on the run, Bird was stripped. And good transition defense by the Dolphins. See if we could take another look at that real quick before they inbound it here. Let's run back that defensive sequence there for Brunswick. Hustle play, Deuce Dixon. I thought it was Deuce. I wanted to make sure, though. Bird fakes the 3. Runner good. It's a 1-point game. Catch and shoot 3. Dixon, no good. Brunswick is cold right now. Into the forecourt, Jones, pull up. Yes! Spartanburg takes its first lead. So it was 18-8 at one point. Since then, 14-3 is the run in favor of the Pioneers. Brandon Johnson gets it to Davies, airballs it. Lance Anthony into the game for the first time. Got the hustle, extra rebound, and extra possession for the team on the deflection. Jarian Hancock back in. It looks like Shackelford also back out there. Anthony inbound to Josiah, his former high school teammate. Dixon, Trey Cousin, Anthony, Hancock, Deuce. Cousin, open look at a 3. No good. Rebound again, controlled by Bell for Spartanburg. 14-3 run right now for the Pioneers. They've calmed down after a slow start. Bell double-teamed. It's ripped away by Dixon, and then A foul called on the Pioneers, I believe. That'll be their fourth with 8:04 left to go here in this first half. Chris Sheeman, so glad to be with you. I know the guys were probably disappointed with the quarantine and shutdown as Christian Kuntz comes into the game and turns it over with a backcourt violation, just running out of room over there. But good to see everybody happy, healthy, and back out on the court. Health is the number one concern here in 2021. Dolphins will have a lot of work to do in the next 7 days with 4 games. Trying to make up some of the time that they lost. Jones step back 3. Yes. Spartanburg has caught fire. So after it was 18-8, 17-3 is the run for Spartanburg. Lance Anthony. Back to Dixon. Dixon, pull up. Yes. Brunswick needed that bucket. They have been scoreless for several minutes. 2-point game, though. Pioneers, R.J. Bell losing it. Steal by Hancock. Boy, how many steals does he have today? Out on the run, Christian Kuntz. Yes. And we are tied at 25. Nori Johnson not happy and calls for time. We'll step aside. Dolphins and Pioneers in a good one here in the early going. Today's game is brought to you by Port Solutions. We thank them for their support. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. Busy stretch now for Brunswick, as we were talking about, with 4 games in 7 days, and a couple more than that in a 10-game span. And to the forecourt, Bynum, tied at 25, swings it out. 3 ball is up and good by Jones on the far side. Spartanburg back on top. If you're just joining us, Brunswick led by 10 2 different times at 12-2 and 18-8. How about that? That was so pretty from Shackelford. Josiah, 70% shooting, 7 of 10 against Lewisburg in the season opening victory. That shot was blocked. Bell, though, fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. 6:28 left to go here in this opening half. We'll take our usual break at halftime. First road game we've been able to bring you. Looks like we're going to have a timeout. So we'll step aside again. Free throws to come for the Dolphins when we come back. If you're looking for commentary for your live streams, basketball or otherwise, there's how you get in touch with me, Chris Shima. Glad to be back with you. 28-27. Spartanburg in the lead. And at the free throw line right now, Deion Jenkins. I thought it was Bell who got fouled, but instead Jenkins. My apologies. Jenkins 60% at the line on the season. And gets 1 out of 2. Shackelford the rebound. So 29-27, Spartanburg with the lead. 14 fouls now on Brunswick with 6:19 remaining in the half. Dixon Kuntz had it batted out of bounds. Spartanburg they have active hands defensively, picking and poking and causing problems for the Brunswick passes today. Deontay Petrie into the game now for Brunswick. Catch and shoot. Kuntz for 3, no. Rebound, Shackelford got it to go. A man amongst boys, ladies and gentlemen, Josiah Shackelford, who's going to teach me how to dunk one day. He promised. What about that defense from Hancock? Boy, we have seen some great defensive plays from Jari and Hancock here this afternoon. That's Jalen Johnson stripped. He's back into the game. We'll set the 5 out on the run. Hancock again with a block. Oh, they called goaltending on that? Did it hit the glass? Is that the call? Let me correct the score here. It's 31-29 Spartanburg now, 5:42 remaining. Still, if you're Walter Shaw, you will take that hustle. Jari and Hancock flying back. So Kuntz, Petrie, Jalen Johnson, and the bigs are Shackelford and Hancock right now. That's the 5 for Brunswick. Jalen Johnson for 3. Yes! Jalen Johnson with his second three-pointer. Brunswick retakes the lead, 32-31. Tight game. Dolphins started out hot, 12-2, and then 18-8 was the advantage. Jones, Paez back into the game. Back to Hall. Shot is short. Rebound Petrie flying in to the forecourt. Johnson over to Petrie for 3. Yes! Deontay Petrie connecting for the triple. Brunswick by 4. 4:42 remaining here in this first half. Bynum attacking. Got it to go over those 2 bigs. That's no easy task for Brennan Bynum. 48% shooter on the season. Johnson, extra pass. Kuntz comes back to him. The 3, no. Shackelford trying for the rebound. Nice job by Paez, the guard. He's a good rebounding guard. We've seen that a few times. He's outworked the big guys. Traveling, or nope, he stepped out of bounds. So Jenkins turns it over back to Brunswick. 4:12 remaining in this opening half. Few fouls, pretty good game, well played by both sides. Looks like Kuntz is coming out of the game. We'll see who the sub is for Walter Shaw. Looks like Reese is back out there. So McDonald back into the game. He catches it on the far side. Takes it top of the key. Bounce past Petrie. Fakes the 3. Drives in. Bounce pass to McDonald. Into the circle. Into the lane. No. Petrie over 3 defenders. Yes, in the foul. How about that hustle? Deontay Petrie. We got to run this one back. We got to run this one back. This is hustle. This is effort. So you see the miss, and then look at this. Over 3 defenders able to gather and score. 3-point play now. An opportunity here for Petrie. Petrie, 3 out of 4 from the charity stripe on the season. Make it 4 out of 5. A well-deserved 3 points from Petrie. 3:44 remaining. 38-33, Brunswick on top. Paez. Given space, he'll fire. Can't get it to go. And that was deflected, and no, they say it was off Hancock. Boy, he looked like he might have got pushed in the back on the rebound, but it stays with Spartanburg. Paez. Bynum fakes, drives, blocked. Oh, Brandon Johnson comes back in. He blocked the shot. Couldn't believe the foul. Two free throws to come. 15 foul for Brunswick. That sends Brennan Bynum back to the line. 69% on the season. Spartanburg is fourth in Division I with 12.7 3-point makes per game. I mentioned earlier, seventh in Division I, shooting 45%. They're plus 10 in three-point shooting on the season, out shooting opponents 45% to 35%. But today, Brunswick has been cooking from behind the arc. They went through a few 4 or 5 minute stretch without a bucket, but for the most part, offense has been on the side of Brunswick today. Reese. That pass intended for Brandon Johnson off the mark, and Johnson with another foul in transition. That's going to get Skylar Davies off the bench for Walter Shaw. Walter Shaw at 393 wins, 7 shy of 400. Thanks to his brother. I saw his brother post something on Facebook. Walter Shaw would have never told me. I never would have known. But yeah, we're gonna make a big deal out of that when it gets to be 400, and that will happen sometime this year. Paez attacking. That was good defense. That was good defense by Johnson. Jalen Johnson did all he could. Paez just made a tough bucket. Tip your cap to that one. Johnson, zone for Spartanburg, travel by Reese. So after the early cold start for Spartanburg, Brunswick and Spartanburg have been in a battle. That was deflected, they say, so it'll stay with the Pioneers. 2:33 to go in the half. Cameron Lawson coming into the game. First appearance for the red shirt freshman. Into the forecourt, Bynum. Paez directing traffic on the far side. It's Jones. Top of the key, Paez for three. Yes! And Spartanburg retakes the lead, 39-38. I like this Chris Paez. Didn't have big numbers coming into today's game, but he does a lot of the little things and rewarded on offense. Lawson cut off. Johnson. Jalen Johnson swings it at Davies. Deep look, no. Hancock rebound. He's stripped by Bynum. 1:59 remaining here in this opening half. Chris Sheeman here with you if you're just joining us. Brunswick led by 10 a couple different times in the early going, but for the most part, it's been a tight one like this. Deep three, Petrie couldn't get it to go. Started with 3 consecutive three-point makes. Deontay, not that time. 16 fouls on Brunswick now. So Spartanburg will be in the bonus on the next whistle as Bynum gets it to go. Spartanburg 5 straight points. They retake the lead by 3. Lawson fakes, pass off the mark for the cutting Petrie. Couldn't handle it. Paez, heat check time. Can't get it to go. Rebound controlled by Petrie. Nearing 1 minute to play in this opening half. Jalen Johnson walks it up. One of the few walk-ups we've seen today. Jalen Johnson taking on the entire defense. Not a wise idea. And comes up empty. Paez doing the same thing, and it's batted up and in. Spartanburg, that might have been Bird, I think. So Spartanburg making a run here at the end of the half. Jalen Johnson off on the 3. Rebound controlled by Jenkins for the Pioneers. And they'll slow it down. 40 seconds left to work with here in this half. Paez Jones, turnaround shot, no. Jarian the rebound. About a 2-3 second difference maybe in the shot clock and game clock, so Brunswick will run some clock here. Hancock, defender falls down, no whistle, goes right to the bucket. So Jarian Hancock might have gotten away with a little bit of a push off there. 8 seconds left to work with. Jones into the forecourt, 4 seconds. Jones, bounce pass, nicely done. The bucket by Jenkins is good. That was beautiful offense to end the opening half for Spartanburg. So Brunswick leads by as many as 10 two different times in the half, but Spartanburg catching fire as the half goes on. And it's the Pioneers 45, Dolphins 40. We'll take a break from the upstate of South Carolina, come back in 15 minutes, bring you the second half play-by-play. You're watching Dolphins basketball on YouTube. Again, your score, it's Spartanburg 45, Brunswick 40. We're at the half, and don't go too far. We'll be back in a little bit. Welcome back to Spartanburg, everybody. Dolphins basketball brought to you by Port Solutions. We thank them. Chris Sheeman back here with you. Brunswick going to have to come from behind to win their first road game of the 2021 season, trailing Spartanburg 45-40. Good start to the game for Brunswick. If you're just joining us, they led 18-8 at one point, but Spartanburg caught fire at the end of the half, playing well defensively, helping them to get some fast break opportunities. Good ball movement here. That three ball off the mark. Chasing down the rebound is Jones for Spartanburg, who comes up short on his three. Jalen Johnson goes behind the back, bringing it into the forecourt. Takes it left of the lane. Toss to Reese McDonald, top of the key. McDonald looking to post up Shackelford. Instead, Reese goes over to Johnson. Shot clock at 15. Jalen attacks, can't get it to go. And, boy, no foul call on Jalen Johnson, but then a foul called on Shackelford. It looks like Johnson had all kinds of bodies on him. Walter Shaw looking for an explanation on why that was a foul on Josiah. Tough possession there for Brunswick. Just about a minute in, just underway here in this second period. Dolphins looking to make it 4 straight against Spartanburg Methodist. They won both meetings last year, have won 3 in a row. Hall gets it out. Paez, and 3 in the key is going to be called. I believe Butler called for that. Turnover gives the ball back to Brunswick. Trap is on for Spartanburg. Jalen Johnson throws it ahead. That's Jarian Hancock going right to the hoop. Hancock's defense and Petrie's offense in the first half, the big highlights. Paez. Bounce pass over to Jones for 3, no good. Shackelford the rebound. McDonald gives it to Johnson. Here's Petrie. Bounce pass to Josiah. Goes glass, no. Follows his miss. Yes! And the foul as you hear the bench erupt. Let's take a look at that one again real quick as Josiah goes to the line for a 3-point opportunity. Shackelford missing initially, staying with it over 2 defenders, got it to go. Some subs in for Nori Johnson as Jaden Bird comes into the game. Brennan Bynum also into the game. Looks like Walter Shaw made a sub too. We'll talk about that after Josiah ties us up here, and he does. 45 all, 18-19 left to go in the ball game, just underway, and a little over-aggressive there for Jarian Hancock as he's called for the foul, second team foul. So Bynum gets it back off the inbound. Throws it over to Jones. Paez in the corner underneath it's Hall. Driving Bynum, throws it up too strong. Shackelford trouble with it. Altered that shot and then knocks it out of bounds. So we will stay. Now the referees are going to talk about it here. So they change it. It will be Dolphins basketball. I thought that Walter Shaw might have made a sub, but I think I'm wrong. So same starting 5. Reese McDonald, Jalen Johnson, Petrie, Shackelford, Hancock. Trap is on again. Johnson, McDonald, now Petrie. Hancock was in the corner, gets it back on the wing. Shackelford double teamed and Bird wraps him up, which is what I would do if I had to guard him. Nope. Foul every time. 2 team fouls for each team. 17:48 to go in the game. Petrie will inbound it. Fresh 20. Ooh, McDonald got bumped there. Petrie, extra pass. Hancock with the dunk. Brunswick back on top. This game is really ping-pong since about 7 or 8 minutes into the game. It's been competitive. Good defense there. Steal by McDonald on the deflection. Reese into the forecourt. Bynum draped all over him. McDonald gets it over to Johnson on the right wing. Jalen Johnson. Look how far out Spartanburg is guarding. Johnson attacks. They're looking to feed Shackelford. Too easy. 49-45, Brunswick by 4 again. 3 minutes in here in this second half. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you. These Region 10 games, they usually don't come this early in the schedule, but they are always a dogfight, especially on the road, as you see that scoop shot go for Spartanburg. Corner 3, too strong for Hancock. 16:39 remaining. Spartanburg trying to tie or take the lead with a 3, and they take the lead. That was Jones with the triple for the Pioneers. So Spartanburg back on top by 1. Petrie, turnaround no. Tip for the rebound. It comes out to Jones. Hall cut off on the baseline, threw it away. Another steal for Reese, his second here in the half. McDonald bounce pass over to Petrie, gets it back to Reese. Reese throws it off the glass. No, tipped up and in by Shackelford. Brunswick retakes the lead. Jones into the forecourt. Paez. Jones flies into the lane, can't get it. Shackelford had it deflected, but Johnson has it. Now Reese. Throw ahead to Petrie. Shackelford. Short. Shackelford. No, but he's fouled from behind. Josiah Shackelford is going to work here in this second half. He's 6'8". Looks like Brandon Johnson's going to come into the game for Walter Shaw here in a moment. 3 team fouls on Spartanburg, 2 on Brunswick with 15:22 remaining. Shackelford missing the first free throw. Gets 1 out of 2. 2-point lead for Brunswick. So Shackelford will get a well-deserved break. He played a furious 4.5 minutes to start this second half, and now Brandon Johnson comes in, who's also 6'8", by the way. What depth this year for Brunswick. We started talking about it during the first game against Lewisburg back in January. This is a ridiculously deep team, and to have this kind of size, too. RJ Bell was fouled, so he goes to the free throw line. 75% free throw shooter, can tie us up. Tylen Green checking in. So tied at 52 apiece. Spartanburg's been in the trap. Forced a couple turnovers in the first half. Dolphins taking better care of the basketball. Jalen Johnson throws it up. No. Tip for the rebound comes to Johnson. He's blocked. And it's going to go off Brandon Johnson out of bounds. So Spartanburg will get it back. And it looks like Brunswick wants to talk it over. Timeout, Walter Shaw. We'll take a break. 14:54 remaining in the game. We got a barn burner on our hands. Settle in, folks. We'll be back. There's the upcoming broadcast schedule. Next Friday, we will be at Cape Fear. Of course, the Dolphins, between that, will be at St. Andrews tomorrow, and then against the Francis Marion Junior Varsity team on Tuesday. We had hoped to move that game to Monday, but unfortunately they wouldn't cooperate. So, Brandon Johnson threw it right out of bounds. Miscommunication there. And Spartanburg is going to get it right back. So, it's possible that Walter Shaw will set up the stream without me on Tuesday. Check with Brunswick for that. I told him I'd help him out. My schedule is booked. I'll be calling a doubleheader for another college that day, but if they do set up a stream, we will have it on YouTube for you on Tuesday, so check with Coach Shaw on that one. Shot clock down to 7. Paez cut off. He traveled. Great defense there. Deontay Petrie forcing the turnover. So 14:25 left to go. We've got nothing decided yet between Spartanburg and Brunswick. The Pioneers at 1-2, 1-1 here at home. Brunswick 1-0. Of course, COVID shutting down the program for a couple of weeks. Nice job by Petrie. So Petrie benefits, able to force the turnover. Third lead change now. And Spartanburg turns it over on back-to-back possessions. Nori Johnson played at college at Charleston and overseas in Germany before getting into coaching. Can't be happy with that effort offensively in the last couple of possessions for his Pioneers. A legal screen there on Tylen Green will turn the ball back over. That's 4 team fouls on Brunswick. Both teams pretty clean in the foul category in the first half, but they're starting to pile up here in the second half. Jenkins will inbound it for Spartanburg. Here's Jones. Paez cut off. Jenkins underneath, got it to go. Tied again. Tylen Green stripped. Brandon Johnson can't get it to go, but he's fouled. So Brandon will go to the line. He was perfect from the charity stripe in the first game against Lewisburg. So both teams with 4 team fouls now. 13:28 remaining. Brunswick in road openers is 4-3 on the road since 2013-14. It's the first time opening on the road against a Region 10 opponent. Off on that one, so 1 out of 2, 55-54 Brunswick. Paez catch and shoot 3, no. Rebound Jalen Johnson. Petrie throws it ahead. Reese McDonald fouled on the floor. That'll be the 5th already on Spartanburg. So free throws will likely play a hand here. 13-14 left to go. We're not at the bonus yet, but inching closer. McDonald, top of the key. Jalen Johnson back to Reese for 3, off the mark. Rebound by Jones for Spartanburg. Here come the Pioneers, surveying against some trapping pressure. Jones from the logo, can't get it to go. Rebound Paez. Jones takes it right side now to the cutter Bynum. Bynum fouled on the floor, no shot, says the official. Start of 4 games in 7 days, And the first of a back-to-back. Brunswick will be on the road tomorrow at St. Andrews. Play their JV team at 4 p.m. Inbound, Deuce Dixon into the game, almost came up with a steal. Shackelford back out there. Boy, Tylen Green, how did he lose that one? RJ Bell comes up with it. Bell for 3. Can't get it to go. Corralled Jalen Johnson. Throws it ahead. Tylen Green with the one-hand jam. Brunswick by 3. 57-54. R.J. Bell gets it out. Paez ties us up. 57 apiece. Spartanburg calls for time. 12:10 remaining in the game, and we are tied for the third time here in this second half already. We'll be back. Dolphins basketball brought to you by Port Solutions. Let's take a look at Tylen Green getting back in, the recipient of the pass. And then the one-hand jam, throwing it down. Spartanburg tying it up. Moments later, 57 all. Dolphins with the basketball. Chris Sheeman back here with you. Jalen Johnson into the forecourt. Inside 12 to go in the ball game. Jalen Johnson behind his back a couple of times. Runner in the lane, no good. Tip for the rebound, and it's controlled by the Pioneers. 3 ties, 3 lead changes. That's since I started counting at about the 15-minute mark. Out of control, Bynum looking for a whistle. Didn't get one. 5-on-4. Bynum sprinting back now. So the Dolphins will settle down. Deuce Dixon, Jalen Johnson, Shackelford, Petrie, and Green. That's the 5 right now for Walter Shaw's team. Here's Dixon faking the 3. Shot clock at 7, gets it underneath. And staying with it, Petrie. That was good defense momentarily for Spartanburg, but Petrie does a nice job to stay with it and get the bucket. Brunswick back on top, and we're tied again just as fast as I can say it. That's tie number 4 already here in the last 5 minutes. Jalen Johnson hop step and bucket and the foul. Jalen Johnson puts Brunswick back up. First free throw of the year for Jalen. Second game of the season. So one more road game that we'll broadcast for you on Friday at Cape Fear. And then the rest of the home games that I'll be with you at least other than on Tuesday. So Johnson, 3-point play is complete. Trapping pressure now for Walter Shaw's team. The bread and butter. Open look for 3. R.J. Bell can't get it to go, and Petrie's called for the foul as Hall had position on the rebound. Both teams with 16 fouls, so 10:35 to go. We're going to be shooting some free throws down the stretch here. Bynum to inbound it. Into the corner, 3 Paez, in and out and right back in. And yet again, sounded like a broken record, we are tied, this time at 62. Nearing the midway point of this second half. Petrie can't get it to go, hit his first 3 to start the game. Paez the rebound. Looks like R.J. Bell got a bucket there. So 64-62 Spartanburg now. So go past the midway point. Dixon skies it to Petrie. Tylen Green fouled. Tylen Green had 6 points in the win against Lewisburg on January 22nd. He was perfect 2 out of 2 from the charity stripe. He's going to the line for the first time here tonight. This afternoon, I should say. It's been so dark and gray here in Florida, and I think it's been snowy and cold where in the Carolinas, so it feels like night, even though it's 3:15 my time and 4:15 your time. All tied at 64 now. 6 ties, 3 lead changes in the last 6 minutes of this game. Bynum driving, throws it up, draws the foul. So Dixon fouls him, and that's team foul number 7, although Bynum was in the act of shooting, so he'll get 2. Brennan Bynum, 69% at the line. Mentioned in the first half, Spartanburg leads the all-time series 35-14, but Brunswick has won the last 3, including on the road last year. But just 2-5 against Spartanburg Methodist on the road since 2014. Look out! Jalen Johnson tips it. That was almost taken away. Lance Anthony back into the game. He got tied up. Tylen Green was wide open underneath. And Anthony got a little discombobulated and turned it over. 9:22 remaining. Here comes Spartanburg flying into the forecourt. Attacking the rim, blocked from behind. Shackelford's got to be careful. Hall is going to go to the line. Josiah almost picked up a technical on top of that. I know it's been frustrating for Josiah. Some calls have not gone his way. But remember, in college, those technicals count as personals, so you got to be careful. Macy and Hall can put Spartanburg up by 4 now. This would be their biggest lead of the half. And possibly of the game. I think they might have led by 5 in the first half. 68-64. Dolphins got to stay composed, navigate this press, and keep attacking. Lance Anthony throws a rocket to Green. Tip pass to Johnson. Jalen spin move. Got away from 2 defenders. Couldn't get the bucket. So Brunswick cooling off a bit. Inside 9 to play. And Paez was breaking out, but the pass too strong. So Brunswick will get it back. Remember, folks, Brunswick has been unable to have any basketball activities because of the quarantine. Lance Anthony will shoot a 3 and hits. 1-point game. Lance Anthony with a big bucket. So they were not even allowed into the gym until the 10th. Oh, how about that answer back by Hall? Big 3 there, putting Spartanburg back up by 4. 8:21 remaining. Jalen Johnson attacking, throwing it up and in. Hard bucket. Jalen Johnson's played a nice game today. Another foul is called on Brunswick. Looks like Jalen Johnson. That's the 9th team foul. Both teams are in the 1-1 here. Jarian comes into the game. Hancock and Shackelford, that 1-2 punch down low, back on the court together. Bynum back at the line. First one is good. 8:02 remaining. Rims in the second, so 4-point lead again for Spartanburg. 73-69. Josiah Shackelford double teamed. Anthony gets it out. Petrie. Jalen Johnson, catch and shoot. Yes, on the three. 1-point lead again for Spartanburg. Look out, that's going to be an offensive foul. Was he in the restricted area? Let's see if we can go back here and check this one out. Do this real quick here. It's always hard for me. No, he was way out of the restricted area. Chris, what are you thinking? Way outside of it. Sometimes live, it's hard to see. Dolphins turning it over. Hancock, bad pass. Paez, who's played well today, stayed with it. Ball deflected out to Jones. Cross court, it goes to Bynum. Swung to Bynum, top of the key. My apologies. Over to Hall. Now Jones, same spot on the left. Nearing 7 minutes to go. Jones hezzy and goes. And Dolphins coming up with the stop there. Lance Anthony attacks. Lance Anthony. That's going to be a blocking foul. Yeah, you can see that time the official pointing to that half circle that you all know I love so much. So that's going to send Lance Anthony to the free throw line here and an opportunity to put Brunswick back up. Inside 7 to go. Anthony first free throws. That three-pointer by Lance Anthony, his first collegiate bucket, by the way, as he now has 4 points in the game, tying us at 73. Sixth time we've been tied today. Anthony puts us up by 1 now. Brunswick 74, Spartanburg 73. Nail-biter. 6:49 remaining in the game. Jones was stripped. Good defense. And that's got to be a foul as Jalen Johnson, the defender, climbed all over him. So free throws now for Brunswick again. Still in the 1-and-1. 10 team fouls. No, that's 10 team fouls on Spartanburg. My apologies. So technically both teams are in the double bonus now the rest of the way. So Johnson makes it a 2-point game. Good again. 76-73. Trap is on for Brunswick. Brunswick forced 23 turnovers against nationally ranked Division II Lewisburg College. They forced a lot today against Spartanburg. Spartanburg's played pretty well on the defensive end as well as they attack over Shackelford. It's a 1-point game now. Jalen Johnson into the forecourt, approaching 6 to go in the game. Petrie top of the key. Takes it right. Splits the zone. Shackelford underneath. Fouled. Josiah will go to the line. Jaden Bird called for the foul. Josiah, what a game for him today. Shackelford had 14 points on 7 of 10 shooting against Lewisburg. 1 out of 2 at the line. 2-point game. Inside 6 to go. Spartanburg flies into the forecourt. They do not play timid. Bird, it was deflected off Johnson. So Paez will inbound for the Pioneers. Pioneers looking to go to 2-1 here at home, losing their first Region 10 game to Cape Fear. This is the first region game. Oh, Paez, bad pass there. Went between the legs, but nobody was home. Another steal for Brunswick. Jalen Johnson into the forecourt. 5.5 to go. Johnson attacks. Leaves it out for Petrie. Petrie drives in. Back out Johnson for three. No. Tipped rebound, batted, and it's saved by Spartanburg. Here come the Pioneers again. Quickly into the forecourt. Lost the dribble, and do we have a tie-up here, or is it going to be a foul? Jump ball, and the possession arrow will go to Brunswick. I love teams that go up and down. It's fun calling JUCO basketball because they don't play slow like they do in Division I, Virginia especially. Tony Bennett hates basketball. That's all I'm saying. He does not like. Nobody who coaches like that can like basketball. Anyways, maybe that was an instance for Spartanburg where they were going a little too quickly on the turnover. Shackelford doubled up. Petrie top of the key. Jalen Johnson will back it out with 12 on the shot clock. Johnson takes it left, and he loses it. Steal by Spartanburg. They look to push over two defenders, and that's off Hancock, who almost took it away. So Jones was attacking. Inbound to Bird. Quick three. Yes! Spartanburg back up by one. Fifth lead change in the last 10 minutes of this game. We've had 5 lead changes and 6 ties. Anthony top of the key. Takes it left. Hancock in the corner. Hancock goes behind the back, and nobody was there. It was deflected, though, the official on the far sideline says. Reese McDonald into the game. Good minutes off the bench today for Lance Anthony, picking up his first collegiate points in his second game. Inbound Jalen Johnson for three. No. Petrie there for the offensive rebound. Reese McDonald in and out on the three. Hancock, yes, on the putback. And Brunswick back up by one. Look out, almost a steal there. Instead, catch and shoot three. Far side, Spartanburg can't get it to go. And it's wrestled away. Petrie, make sure. That is a tactical display of how to box out when defenders are picking and poking at you. Nice job by Petrie. Drives into the lane. Petrie throws it up, and he'll go to the line. 3:42 remaining. 79-78 Dolphins. They can add to this lead. We've had 6 ties and 6 lead changes. I started counting them at about the 15-minute mark in this game. It's been a tight, fun one, though, between these two Region 10 rivals. And Petrie started things strong for the Dolphins, hitting 3 3-pointers in the opening minutes. Chance to put his team up by 3 if he can book this next free throw. He does. So 81-78, 3:40 remaining. Paez into the forecourt. Hall looks to set a screen. Instead, Hall rolls to the right. Paez rejected by Shackelford, but a foul called. Shackelford might be in a little bit of foul trouble. I know of at least 3 that he has. Both teams are in the double bonus. 3:30 left to go. Paez short on that one. Missed them both. Big misses there. So Dolphins back on the ball here. It's Reese McDonald into the front court. Petrie looks to attack. Spinning, cut off, and he traveled. Good defense by the Pioneers there. Forcing that turnover after a couple big free throw misses. Pioneers will get the basketball back. First we take time. 3:14 left to go here in this nail biter. We'll find out who wins here in just a few moments. We'll be back. Here's a look again at the broadcast schedule. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. We have 3:14 to go. Brunswick by 3, 81-78. You want to win this region. These are the kind of tough, grinded-out games that you need. It's tough for the Dolphins. Again, very little practice time, shut down for a couple of weeks, and Jarian Hancock almost had a steal there. Pass back to Bird for 3, missed it short. Hancock the rebound. 2:49 remaining. Reese McDonald brings it up. Brunswick looking to win. It's second straight, first region game of the season as well. Jalen Johnson bounce pass to Reese. Spartanburg in a zone. They've been in a zone for most of today. Shackelford with 5 on the shot clock. Double teamed. Out to Johnson. Johnson hesitates from the half circle. Can't beat the buzzer. Or he does beat the buzzer and then misses the bucket, but Shackelford cleans it up. Shackelford, his third offensive rebound putback here in this second half. 83-78. Dolphins by 5. This is one of the biggest leads for either team in the half. Jones fakes the 3. Spartanburg needs a bucket, and Jones delivers. 83-80, Brunswick. 6 ties, 6 lead changes since about the 15-minute mark in the game. Reese McDonald now, 1:44 remaining. Johnson on the left wing. Gets a screen. Petrie. Here's Hancock. Johnson. Back to Petrie. Shot clock at 6. McDonald. Ooh, Johnson was open for 3. Instead, extra pass underneath. Shackelford had it blocked. Hancock touched it last. Ball back to Spartanburg. Dolphins empty possession there. I thought maybe Jalen Johnson shoot the 3. He's done well from behind the arc today, but making the unselfish play just didn't work out. This is Bird. Attacking over Hancock. Got it to go. What a bucket there. Jaden Bird. Inside 1 minute to go. It's a 1-point ball game. Dolphins, don't be complacent offensively. They're running a lot of clock here, which is fine, but Reese McDonald attacks. Extra pass. Shackelford, it's through his legs. Paya's the steal. Here comes Bell. Bell throwing it up off the glass. Spartanburg retakes the lead. 84 to 83, 38.4 left to go. Our 7th lead change. And like I said, the Dolphins just kind of got complacent there on offense. Brunswick calling for time, so we will step aside as well. Dolphins basketball brought to you by Port Solutions, LLC. Thank you, Port Solutions, for supporting today's game. 40.1, so 10-second difference. They added a couple ticks onto the clock during that timeout. Brunswick down by 1. Jalen Johnson into the forecourt. He looks to attack, and he got fouled. So both teams in the double bonus. Jalen Johnson will shoot. Pretty good free throw shooter so far this season, Jalen Johnson. Chance to give his team the lead. Missed it. Man, late free throws. They humble us all. 27.4, so if the Dolphins can't tie it here, they'll have to foul. Johnson does tie it. So, Lance Anthony coming in. Josiah Shackelford will come out of the game. All tied at 84. 7th tie since the 15-minute mark. Spartanburg can take the last shot, try to win it here. Paez, 13 seconds. He'll back it out. Clock is at 8. Paez throws it up over Anthony. Can't get it to go. 4 seconds to go, and Reese McDonald will call for time. 2.6. Let's see if maybe they'll add some time on again like they did during the last time out here. So timeout Dolphins, 2.6, and Reese called that timeout pretty quickly. To me, it looked like about 4 seconds. But again, we will find out. We're going to take time as well. We'll come back in just a moment, see if the Dolphins can win it with a buzzer beater. So 3.1 is on the clock. Looks like Brunswick's going to have to inbound it. Looks like Brunswick's going to call another time. So we'll step aside once again. Again, looks like a few ticks added back on. 3.1 seconds. It'll be Dolphins basketball. Trying to win it. They'll have to go to length of the court to do so. We'll be back. Dolphins basketball brought to you by Port Solutions LLC. 3.1 on the clock. Dolphins going to have to go to length of the court here. Let's see what Walter Shaw has drawn up. It'll be Petrie who will inbound it. Shackelford's back into the game. Reese McDonald, Jalen Johnson, and Hancock. Inbound goes to Johnson. He got fouled. He got bumped. Did they say he was out of bounds? What's the call here? Walter Shaw can't believe it, but they say it's a turnover. And now with 9/10 of a second, Spartanburg gets a chance. He was clearly fouled. So they say Johnson stepped out of bounds, and it's going to be Spartanburg with a chance to heave it. Unbelievable. Terrible call. We'll be back. So 9/10 of a second now, and it'll be Jones to inbound it. Last shot time for Spartanburg. Jones gets it in, Paez, and we go to overtime. So after all that, we go to overtime, all tied at 84 apiece on the start of a back-to-back. We'll come back and bring you overtime here in just a moment. So 40 minutes not enough to decide this one. We go to overtime, and a herky-jerky jump ball is won by the Dolphins. As we're underway, Jalen Johnson tried to save that pass, and Brunswick will turn it over. So just underway, if you're just joining us, since the 15-minute mark of this second half, we have been tied 7 times. There have also been 7 lead changes. Brunswick started the game with an 18-8 spurt, so they led by 10 at one point. Now a steal by Petrie, who throws it up. No offensive rebound. Reese McDonald got it to go, and Brunswick strikes first here in the overtime period. Remember, this is the start of a back-to-back for Brunswick. They play St. Andrews JV team on the road tomorrow. Ideally, no more than one overtime here for R.J. Bell for 3, coming up short. Reese McDonald with the rebound. McDonald, along with Frohnbarger, the lone returners from last year, and Cameron Frohnbarger was a red shirt last year. 1 minute into overtime. Reese McDonald spinning, shooting, coming up short. Shackelford tried to bat it in, and instead Spartanburg comes up with it. Paez driving, rejected by Shackelford. $19 on the shot clock. Jones will inbound it for the Pioneers. Pioneers 1-2, Dolphins 1-0. Paez, top of the key. Paez cut off at the circle. Jones, step back, air ball, and Petrie collects the board. McDonald walks it across the timeline into the forecourt. Here's Petrie on the right side. Hot in the first half from behind the arc. Swings it over to McDonald, back to Petrie. He's got a size mismatch on Shackelford. Paez was on him. They don't recognize it, so instead, shot clock's winding down. Petrie swings it out. Jalen Johnson can't get it to go. Jarian Hancock the rebound. Hancock over two defenders. No, Hancock stays with it, airballs it. Rebound to Spartanburg. Out on the run, they throw it up. No, Johnson the rebound. Here comes Brunswick in transition. 2-on-2. Pass to Shackelford. He's wrapped up. Look out. Hard foul there. And is that going to be more than just a common foul? .243 left to go, and Josiah Shackelford shaking off the cobwebs. It is going to be a flagrant. Yeah, if you don't make a play on the ball, that's kind of an easy one for the officials to call. Good call by them. Shackelford misses the first. So Brunswick will get this back as well after these free throws. So I took the officials to task a little bit at the end of regulation. I got to give them their props. Well, by the Rasheed Wallace law of physics, that was not a flagrant foul, but it definitely was, and Shackelford missed them both now. Still, Dolphins will keep possession, so that's the bright side after Josiah misses two. Reese McDonald backs it out. 2:38 remaining, about halfway through overtime. McDonald stops, pops, missed it, back iron, tip for the rebound. It comes to Spartanburg. They look to push Paez again into the forecourt. So just 2 points on the board here in this overtime. Pull up by Jones, another air ball. Defense altering that shot. Jalen Johnson swings it out to McDonald. Double teamed. Johnson open three. Yes! That's what I thought he should have done at the end of regulation. And a big bucket. Jalen Johnson's had the hot hand today. 5-point lead for Brunswick. This is a huge lead in this game. These two teams have battled so hard today. Jones has always answered. Not that time. Hancock grabs the rebound. Dolphins a bucket away from not necessarily closing the book, but making it real difficult. McDonald will slow it down here. Approaching 90 seconds to go in overtime. Reese out near midcourt. Shot clock down to 10. McDonald top of the key. Over to Johnson. Jalen will attack. Step back with the hand in his face. Got it anyway! Jalen Johnson, what a bucket. 7-point lead, 3-possession game. Spartanburg's got to go quick. Jones realizes, pulls up, and answers. How about Avery Jones? What a bucket. 4-point game. Inside a minute to go. These Spartanburg Pioneers will not go away. Jalen Johnson attacks, comes up empty. Ball deflected out to Hancock. It was batted away. They say he touched it last. Hancock doesn't think so. but it will be Spartanburg basketball. Unbelievable. They just will not quit. Norrie Johnson's team last year just 10-18 and 2-10 in Region 10 play. They had such a down year. But Norrie Johnson really getting this team put together, and they are competing hard. Look out for Jones. Now Bird is open for three, and he hits. So 6 straight for Spartanburg. It's a 1-point game, 33 seconds. So there's about a 7-second difference between game and shot clock. Spartanburg won't foul here. Reese McDonald drives in, couple of pumps, swings it out, open look, Petrie, and they're going to call 3 seconds. Yep, they're going to call 3 seconds. Unbelievable. So the Dolphins have been tight at times down the stretch in both regulation and overtime, and it might cost them here. Now Spartanburg can go for the final shot and try to win it after Brunswick took a 7-point lead. Got to play defense one more time here if you're Brunswick. Jones into the forecourt. Jones, Anthony went for the steal. Left his man open for three. Doesn't get it. Shackelford the rebound. He's fouled with 2 seconds. Big stop there for Brunswick. So Josiah will go to the line. There's still 2 seconds no matter what. But remember, in the men's game, you got to go the length of the court. Women's game, you can call timeout, advance it. I think that's how it should be for all of basketball, but hey, this one might benefit the Dolphins, so we'll take it. Shackelford can help with these free throws, at least one of them. Try to make it a 3-point game. Either way, Spartanburg's likely going to have to take a three. Shackelford is 0 for 3 in overtime from the free throw line. Hancock comes back in for defense. See if Spartanburg calls for time here. Try to set up a play. Shackelford try to get the second one. Does. I was thinking maybe you go for the miss there. So timeout Spartanburg. Brunswick's a stop away from winning this one in overtime. We'll be back. What a game. Two seconds left. Brunswick needs one more stop, and it's miracle time for the Pioneers. Not necessarily miracle with 2 seconds, but you got to go the length of the court. It makes it really difficult. R.J. Bell will inbound it for the Pioneers. Jones is nearest to us. Look out for him. He's had the hot hand today. He's going to catch it in the backcourt. He's going to heave it. It's going to be short. Dolphins with a gritty victory in Spartanburg here today, winning 92-90 in overtime. Wow. Spartanburg falls to 1-3 and 0-2 in Region 10 play, but tip your cap to Norrie Johnson's team. They played their butts off against Brunswick today. The Dolphins, meanwhile, very limited practice time, able to come to Spartanburg and get a 2-point win to go to 2-0 on the season. They shut down in Spartanburg, so we're going to shut down as well. A reminder, Dolphins' next game at St. Andrews tomorrow on the road. home against Francis Marion Tuesday at 7. And our next broadcast will be at Cape Fear. That should be a fun one as well. That'll be Friday at 7. Once again, your final, a gritty win for Brunswick today, 92-90. My name's Chris Sheeman. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care.